And we're back with some more Space Haven and our slowly running out of power ship. That's our big problem right now. Is power is starting to go down and down and down. But we're going to try a little trick that was mentioned in the comments here. Matt is currently grabbing themselves a lovely, delicious algae infused meal, and what we're going to do with Matt is say, Matt, could you drop that? Yeah, thanks very much, Chief. And then yeah, you can get back to work and doing whatever you were doing. That's good. Now, the thing is, they won't go back and grab another meal for some time, but that meal that's on the ground, yeah, that we can now sell for some reason. Whoa. Tash, how's your stomach looking? You know what? You got 47% food. Just, you'll be grand. And Zid? Sure, same thing. All three of you drop your meals. And Zid's gone back for another one? Actually, that's the first time I've seen them go back. Someone go back so quickly. Normally it takes them forever to ever go back and get a meal. Ah, never mind. They've completely... Oh, never mind. They got it in the end. Perfect. Well, Zid, I'm afraid you're going to get drafted. And no. One other thing I've noticed is there's some random ore scattered around the place. For example, there's some exotic ore over there, exotic ore over there, basic ore. I think this might be the meteors. I think when the meteors get shot down, they drop stuff. So we're going to go grab that exotic ore, because if we can process one more exotic ore, we'll get ourselves some more Hyperium and some more Energium to hopefully keep us going a little bit longer. It will help us with our power problems, while simultaneously spending more of our power problems. Now, 1 second. You guys want to take that food and put it into storage? And what we want to do with storage is set it so that no permission to eat. People can put food in storage, but they can't take it out. Well, they won't eat, they can't directly eat from storage. So people will only eat from the machines instead. This is going to be important. Turns out one oxygen production machine cannot keep up with 6 pawns. So we're actually maxed out on oxygen production and we've had to install a second one. At the same time, yep, asteroids basically produce ore when they're destroyed or smash into stuff. So we actually have some exotic ore there and some more exotic ore there. Like, could we just harvest that? I mean, oh no. It would take more power than you're getting out of it. But it's definitely a good addition. We have to turn this on every so often, but I think I'm only ever going to harvest exotic ore anymore. No more regular ore. The regular ore just costs an awful lot of energy, and that's, well, our biggest bottleneck right now. How are we looking on ice? So ice, we're doing great on. That gives us water. That, combined with biomatter, which we have a lot of, we bought it from a bunch of people, that allows us to produce food. So we're actually pretty good on both those fronts. Power is what's really the bottleneck right now, and we're out of energium. But it's okay. We're going to buy 2 Energium off the base we have here, and then we're basically going to clean out every place of Energium from now on. Pretty much. Assuming this food thing works out the way we think it is. Okay, I think we've done enough meal harvesting. I've cut off everyone's meals quite a bit to stockpile as much processed food as possible. And now we're just going to go trade with this station over here, and we're going to sell them 10 meals made out of water and recycled, stuff. So biomatter and water gets turned into meals, and then we can sell 10 of them for $1,000, which is a hell of a bargain. Well, also, we'll take all your energy cells. We might as well. We could actually buy real food with this. But I think, 2 plastic. Give me 2 plastic. The plastic we can turn into weapons once we get the tech. We're also going to need a med kit. Med kit is going to be required for us to get to other places. That basically, yeah, that will do. Except, please, is there anything else they got? Ooh, biomatter. Well, I mean, we use biomatter and water to make more food. Kinda only seems fitting. Yeah, perfect. And done. So they should load all of that up. Right now we're at 0 days of power left. We have 1 Energium left in the machine. That's going to run out quite shortly. So maybe let's get that Energium over here real quick. We're going to have to leave this sector very shortly as well. We survived a little bit longer than we should have because we've been, we sneakily grabbed some Energium that just sort of was lying around the place. How are you guys doing over there on the scrapping of that system? It's just down to infrascrap. Infrascrap is actually a bit of an annoyance in a lot of ways. Like, it's basically little bits and bobs lying around the ship. So thermal regulators, lights, doors, all of these seem to be very slow. Like, this seems to be the second last thing to always go barring the hull. And I've stopped harvesting the hull because that's just taking up too much time. The game has come down to, well, okay, people kept shouting at me, but energy. right now, our biggest concern is energy. We run out of energy far too quickly, and we have a lot of machines that require power. Food, we can survive on the algae. At first, I thought it was going to be a case of we should get our hands on better food, but no, we don't really have much of a chance of that. So instead, what we do is, well, we feed everyone on algae. They'll get some vitamin deficiencies and things, but they won't die. If you run out of energy, you die. So the first thing we should have been researching was pretty much power capacity and going into X1 power generators. That would have been the smart play. Know that for next time. But for now, we'll just have to try and recover it. I mean, it's only brutal difficulty. It'll be fine. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be that punishing. Oh, here comes the ship. And did you bring our precious energium? Yes. Excellent. Yeah, that gives us enough power to get to the next sector. Okay, one thing we also bought was that medic pack. Reason being is we stick that medic pack in here and it generates us ISP. Interstellar sickness pills. This allows us to transfer between, like, do long interstellar jumps. It also generates painkillers and bandages. So basically, you buy this medical supplies kit, and it turns into the necessary supplies that you need. So either the pills, the painkillers, or the bandages. That's what it does. It like that med kit is not an actual med kit. It's just whatever you need it when the time comes. We needed that definitely to do the next jump because, or not, maybe it's not jump. Oh, yep, the jump after that. This one here. We'll have to go long distance, and I believe if we don't have those ISP pills, that could be bad. And you down there, what have you got? You've got a farming station and civilians. Yeah, let's hope you have some energium we can buy up as well. We're just about ready to go, but I'd like to do a couple more trade things here. One, we want to sell some more processed food. You can only sell 10 items at a time, and there is a limit to... Yep, there is a limit. I didn't think they'd actually take 10 processed food last time, so it seems there is a limit to how much of it they will buy. And I believe that is dependent on where you are. So sometimes they might buy 2, sometimes they might buy 10. Who knows? So what we're going to do is we're going to sell them those 2, and we're also going to sell them some other junk we got lying around the place. We have no use for steel plates, it seems. We can't actually process them into anything. We also have no use for some of these base metals. We can't smelt them. So I think we kind of get rid of these. I don't really see a point. At least the base metals can go. It's just some of the stuff is effectively scrap to us in a lot of ways and that we can't utilize it. Noble metals I'll hold on to for now. Maybe they will be more important later on, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We can also get rid of some of these soft blocks. We need a lot of what we're going to be doing is scrapping stuff up and then buying the stuff we want from there. You have more energium? When did you get more energium? We'll take it. I thought we cleaned you out. Well, that results in us getting 665 credits. We shall take it. Then, once that is done, what we are going to do is we are going to buy everyone a nice meal. The thing is, everyone's been running around, and they're going to start getting some vitamin deficiencies. Yes, if the odd one is starving, not seeing any vitamin deficiencies just yet, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to buy them a nice meal. This place actually has services it sells, and we can buy them at 55 a pop, and we're going to get everyone a slap-up feed so that they get all their vitamins, minerals, proteins, carbs, all that stuff evened out, and that should keep them going for like maybe about a week before we have to worry about them doing it again. The rest of the time we can just feed them on algae goop. With the trade complete, we can now afford to buy everyone a lovely meal. Every single one of you. Actually, allow all? Yes, there we go. Every single one of you can grab a slap-up feed. Enjoy! You deserve it. Probably. Oh, they're all hopping on board. Are you all going to go at once? Oh, only 4 of you. The other 2 are staying behind. What's wrong? Are you not empty? Whoa. Sinatro, you are absolutely starved. Just get on there, buddy. Off you go. Perfect. I may have had him on... never mind. It's fine. There's an override function that I've been playing around with to try and get them to activate this thing a little bit more, just to do some playing around. I may have accidentally left that on some of the pawns. Okay, doesn't matter. Yep, perfect. They're also hopping on board. Okay, and then... Are they grabbing a nice meal? What we can do is we can select Sinatro here. Actually, no. Matt's already finished. Yeah, they're fully topped up. We can now check on their stomach. If you click on them, it'll show you what's in their stomach, and they have 9 protein, 26 carbs, 10 fats, 11 vitamins, and 0 toxins. So whatever they eat provided them this much. That will then be processed in their stomach and then stored inside their body. So they're going to end up with extra fats, vitamins, all that stuff. If their vitamins ever go below, I think it's 10, they start getting into deficiency. Fat, below 5, carbs, below 10, and protein, I want to say below 5. Or maybe it has to zero out. But basically, they have to have a certain amount of these inside them, or it causes problems. You need to have a certain food balance. If they end up with, say, a vitamin deficiency, this is going to affect them in a bunch of different ways. Protein deficiency will like slow down healing, that type of stuff. But every so often we can just stop here, or on these type of places, top them up on all the stuff they need to be healthy. And then the rest of the time we can just feed them on algae goop. I think that's going to be the plan. We're not even going to try setting up any grow beds for a while. Namely because we just can't afford the power. All right, once they're finished their meals and they're back on board, I think it's time we stopped. Yeah, you can be finished. You know what? We don't want you anymore. All of this can be done. We've got enough out of you. It's just the infra scrap takes forever to process near the end. And do we have any more rare ores? No, we do not. It's all basic. Yeah, we need to get our hands on some more energium as quick as possible, preferably about 20 of this stuff. Aha! We have found a deficiency. Someone is craving carbohydrates. Sinatro. If we click on food here, their carbs have gone, well, they're below 5. So once their carbs get back up above 5, it'll start doing a check every so often, is my understanding. And once it checks it, it'll check, and then it'll roll a dice, and if it's the right time, it'll go, okay, they're no longer craving carbs. But it won't happen until they go above 5. So, and even then, it might be a few hours or half a day before they finally get rid of that negative. We should probably point out. That negative is a -5 overall mood, a -6% to working speed, +2% to accidents, and a -5% to accuracy with a gun. Not great stuff. And you can really end up with a lot of nasty things happening to your pawns if you're not careful. Everyone back on board? Excellent. Time to launch. Oh, this over here is the operations console. It is linked up to this point defense turret. The point defense turret can shoot down meteors. The problem is, when you install this operations console is set to on demand. Workers occupy a console on their work schedule only, and when needed during their work schedule. But it's on that at the start. On the start, it's on forced. Workers occupy a console until exhaustion and ignore their leisure and sleep schedule. Which means if we're in a meteor area, someone will always stay there manning that. Because of our location, I just turned it off. Our location was perfect. We didn't have to worry about meteors hitting us. And keeping a worker there 24/7, just on the off chance that the meteor came by, seemed like a waste of productivity. So I just didn't do it. All right, let's get ready to jump, shall we? Everyone load up. When it comes to our ship, we have 1 day of power left. That's not great. That is not great at all. We got 1 energy over in storage, and we've got about 1.6 in the generator. We need to hope the next place has got more energium, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Charge those engines, ladies. We're moving out. Perfect. Let's go. This next sector is, yep, that also looked like it's got meteors. It also looks like it has a farming station. Civilians. Let's hope we end up being able to shield ourselves. Like, we don't know where the meteors are going to come from. So, if we're here and the meteors are coming from the bottom, we'll get smashed. I think this is probably our best bet if they're coming diagonally. Yeah, I think this is good. Maybe there? Let's deploy. Perfect. Now, trade-wise, will you also accept our disgusting algae meals? Yes, you will. Ugh. You just don't care about your colonists at all. Maximum of 10 items traded per run. Excellent. So they will buy our processed food. And they do have 2 energium, which we are immediately probably going to buy. Yeah, let's see what else they got. Now, they have a lot of cheap foods in here, which normally I would have been all down for, but I think we're going to save our money to buy more energium. In fact, we might buy some more hyperium. Just for the jumps. I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem or not. You know what? No. Let's go with what we know. We definitely need the energium, so we shall accept you. Then what else is in the system? Just like nothing. Okay, and what's the next system? Next system is going to be a mining system. They've got hyperium there. They've got ice. They've got raw chemicals. They've got some exotic ore. All right, we'll mine out this area as quick as we can. So I think we just need to trade and then get out of here quick as we can. What else have you got? Yeah, it seems like the last place, the hyperium seemed to regenerate a bit. So I think maybe it's a good idea to trade as soon as you get to a place. And then by the time you're leaving, maybe do a second trade in case anything's regenerated. Oh, missions. New missions are available at CB Hope's End. Okay, available mission. Deliver cargo. Pick up cargo? Cargo shuttles, cargo type food. All right, so we pick up this cargo, and then we have 5 hours to complete this. And the cargo needs to go to... Okay, you are here. Target is there. Okay, so this sector. Basically, we pick this up from this sector. I can't see where we're going to pick it up from. You know what? Let's just have a quick look through the other section of the mission, and then we have to take the cargo and deliver it to this location. Now, from that map, that looks like we're going to have to go to the next sector, and that does look like that's the sector we're going to. Now, is it 5 hours in game time, or is it 5 hours in real time? That would make a huge difference. The rewards are either 300 coins, 2 ice, 2 noble metals, or a couple of root vegetables and a couple of space food. I think I prefer the money. And if we fail, we get a -10 relationship and a 5,000 credit penalty? What? Wow. You know what? I'm going to wait a minute until we've got our trading done, and then I shall see. Yeah, look at that. They've now got more energium for another trade. How does that happen? Oh, well, I'll take it. I think I'm going to try this. You know what? Let's... Oh, it's expired? What? How? It is actually 5 hours of in-game time, not 5 hours of real-world time. Right, well, in that case, yeah, that's ridiculous. You would have had to basically fly straight there, ignoring everything else along the way. That was not going to happen. Also, yes, every time we bought Hyperium from them, it seems they restock on it because... Or Energium, so now they have more Energium for sale, just one block at a time. We need to find a place that sells it for super cheap, and then, like, pump a dump of money, like, where it's on sale, and then just dump a butt ton of money into the place to buy every single piece we can. Alright, let's get a move on, shall we? Charge it up. We got 3 days worth of power, and we are feeling lucky. Hey, new technology research. We can now put in a jukebox. And we're on to power capacity node. Remind me, power capacity node. Do you require any practical research? No, you do not. This generator does. You see this little practical thing? That means it needs a workbench. I haven't actually installed one of those yet. I'll worry about that once the power capacity node is finished. And we've actually got some schematic information to help us with the next one. Oh, that's still not nearly enough. This is going to take a long time. All right, everyone good to go? I believe we are charged. Let's hop. Okay, let's go. Status in hyperspace. Choose to exit. Destination. Yeah, whatever. We shall fly here, please. Oh, asteroid field, raw chemicals, Hyperium, unvisited sector. That looks to be the long jump. Ooh, what is down here? 2 derelicts and civilians, medical services. So I presume that's where we can buy stuff to cure people who've really, really hurt themselves. And yeah, more asteroids. Why is there asteroids on literally everywhere? Fine. Okay, where do we want to go? Well, there's Hyperium, asteroid, raw. Let's go here. Yeah, right in the middle. Deploy. Now, asteroid-wise, we'll worry about that in a minute. For you, we'll grab the ice. Yes, please. Over here, we'll grab the raw chemicals. Yes, over here. Grab the Hyperium. Yes, then we'll zoom in. We will activate this. Once that's activated, we should now be able to mine the other ores. Only want the exotic. There's no point taking the non-exotic. The exotics can give us basically energium, and energium is good for us. So, done. Okay. Might want to turn this on, though. I'll keep an eye out for meteors, but the plan is we're just going to strip mine this and then jump on. The only downside of this thing is it consumes a lot of power. Plus side though is once we get, for every 10 pieces of exotic ore we find, we get 1 piece of energium, which I think pays for itself in terms of power. That's my theory. Let's see if it holds up. Okay, meteors coming from over here. Some of those look like they're going to get a bit close. Let's crank that up to high readiness. Get someone on there. Oh, yeah, this looks unhealthy. And the question is, will our turret do enough? That one's far enough away, it doesn't seem to care. Okay, maybe I was just being a little bit of a worrywart. It's fine, it's fine. Everything's golden. Not bad shooting. Didn't leave any debris behind. Ship incoming next turn. What's the ship? Incoming ship, civilians. Relationship -3, neutral. Yeah, ETA 7 hours. You know what? That's grand. Don't care if a few civilians show up. And you, we'll put your readiness level back down again. We'll turn that back on again, though, as more meteors come in. Look, there's another one. Yeah, we're going to have to turn that back on again, aren't we? Damn it. Yeah, there we go. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot. Yes, better. Whew. We definitely need to get some shields, don't we? I wonder if shields require someone to be on there all the time as well. We should finish up the mining in no time at all. Once that's done, we're getting out of here. And I forgot to install the jukebox. You can go in there. Hopefully that sound won't leak into the bedrooms next door. Jukebox should keep everyone just that little bit happier. Well, that's the hope. Friendly ship has arrived, and looking at the trading here, I kind of like it. Actually, have you got available missions? They sell medical services on the fly. Huh, why does the beer god need medical services? Burn wound. Needs a medical bed to heal. Oh, I did not know that. How much would that cost? 55? I shall accept. Off you go, buddy. While we're at it, though, we're also going to do a trade with this. They have energium, 3 of the stuff. We shall grab all of that and we'll sell them the processed food. In fact, I think we'll also sell them some other minor things we got lying around. Like, we've got 19 hull blocks. I don't think we need that many. So yeah, you can take some hull blocks as well. Please accept all of that. They sell space food, which is better than the algae goop we're giving them. It actually has a much better nutrient profile. But yeah, trying to figure out how to get people to eat that instead of other stuff might be tricky. So we'll just leave it at that. It's weird how much money you can make out of algae and water in this game. I'm also moving this research lab around. I think I know what I need to do now. I think I finally got past the sort of the early stages where you're just trying to stumble along and figure it out. We need to research, and we need to research hard. Once we've got into the power generation tech, we're also going to want to get weapons. So right now we're going around with a few pistols. That's really dangerous. If we get an item fabricator, and we have our hands on a little bit of plastic, which we already do, we can make ourselves some guns. So we can get SMGs, we can get shotguns, rifles, we can even put attachments on them like tactical grips, scopes, and we can make a spacesuit oxygen extender. It'll also give us access to a few other things, and then we can research on, well, other nice things, like, say, a bulletproof vest that would increase people's defense by 10%. There's just other things we can get that would make our pawns better at surviving things. I think that's the main thing. So this looks like a very powerful tree. I think we want to keep low profile, just enough pawns to get by, pump everything we can into research, and move on from there? I mean, could be wrong, but that seems to be the way forward. I suppose that is the way forward in a lot of games. Yeah, once that goes in, I think what we can do is we can stick in another research lab opposite it and have 2 research labs going simultaneously. Yeah. That seems like a much better idea. I also should maybe move these across a bit. Yeah, you can move over there, and you can move across one as well. Once that's finished, you can move across as well. I think we can squeeze in a little bit more into this room. The beer god is currently sleeping off their burn wound in a hospital. Turns out it was a little bit more expensive than I thought, because what we had to do was purchase a service and purchase however many hours he needed. He needed 6 hours, which means we purchased like 330 worth of healing. So it turns out, yeah, getting rid of medical stuff's pretty expensive. We're going to need some medical beds soon enough. It's just a little expensive otherwise. And we now have 2 people researching, which means research-wise, we should be able to power through this power node and then onto the generator pretty quick. Well, that's the hope. And they should get better and better at researching as they go along. They're both at level 4 research, and I'm pretty sure West just went up from level 3 to level 4 very recently. Excellent. All right, once the beer god is finished with their healing time... Ooh, I do not like the look of that. I do not like the look of that at all. System readiness, maximize. Nope, never mind. They're actually going to miss us. And they left no debris behind. That's... Okay, that was sloppy on my part. I should have been keeping a better eye out. What do you mean he's not fixed? He's still got his burn wound? Oh, come on! Needs 3 hours. Well, I gave you 6, and now you only need 3, so do I buy another 6? It's enough. It's enough. It's fine. Let's get a move on. We've mined this place out. We're up to 4 days of power. We're processing another 5 pieces of exotic ore. Yeah, exotic ore. That'll put us up to 0.8 of energium, and we've actually got enough hyperium, I think, to keep jumping around the place. In fact, we might be able to go back if we really wanted to. If there's any place we thought going back to would be a good idea, but right now... What? Mining pods recall shall... Okay, yeah, so we got to rewind everyone. Hey, come on. Everyone get back on board. Recall a lot of yous. Oh, wait a second. We're missing a tech block? High-tech construction component used for assembly. What? Can't repair what? What can you not repair? You can't repair the oxygen generator? Well, that's a problem. Oh, right. How do we get a tech block? We got zero point 0.4 of a tech block in here. Under recycling, if we want to get a tech block, we would need to get 5 more tech scrap. Okay. We can get 5 more tech scrap. We could buy maybe off these guys. Do you have one? I think we're going to buy a tech block. It is expensive, but I think a tech block is very necessary for our oxygen production. Yeah, whatever. Just take it, you monsters. They won't buy any processed food off us, so yeah, we'll sell them a soft block as well. We'll grab a tech block off these guys real quick, then we'll jump. And done. Excellent. Let's jump. Where are we heading? We are heading over to the Druid field. Okay, it's a safe system. Okay, safe system sounds good to me. All right, let's go. We got a derelict and a claimable ship. Claimable ship is new. Traveling, wait for arrival. Incoming subspace message, decoding now. We have a mission for you that is in our interests. Are you interested? This offer expires in 5 turns. Show the mission. We need reconnaissance help. Can you scout out every sector in the star system listed below? Black Zencor. That's not the system we're currently in. In exchange, it will give us some energy cells, some hyperfuel, or flamethrower, or tactical grip, or 800 credits. I mean, no. This sounds like I would have to fly around, deal with possibly large amounts of danger, return for reward. So, my bet is the system we're currently in now, yeah, we're in a different system. We'd have to literally fly off to an entire different star system, explore that entire star system, and then fly back to here. No! I don't want this at all. I'm good. Yeah, that's, whatever. Let's find out what's here. I think right about there should be fine. Actually, maybe right about there. Equidistant between the two of them. Also, there's asteroids, which of course there is. There's asteroids. System running its level. Yeah. We'll leave all those the way they are. Okay. While they're doing that, actually, another thing we need to do is we need to build a workbench, and we can't build a research workbench because the research workbench requires tech blocks, which we don't have. Okay. But we're currently using our last one to repair the oxygen generator, which I think is a very, very good use of it. Instead, let's figure out which ship we're going to. I'm thinking smallest one first. Smallest one means we're less likely to get injured, which means we can then process onto this one and hopefully still have a fully functional boarding crew. Right now, we're just letting our assault team get in a nap, get in some snacks. We want them all ready for the morning. Unfortunately, some of them have vitamin and protein deficiencies. One of them has a burn wound, and the other one has a vitamin and fatty acids deficiency. Well, you're just going to have to work through it, boys. If you die, that would suck. Yeah, maybe I should have invested more in food, but we desperately needed the power. We still do. We can't stay here for very long. Once they're up in the morning, and if they grab a snack, they're out of here. Once they load up on some algae. I may have smashed them full of food as much as I possibly can because we want to make sure they can last as long as possible on the wrecks. I think the smart play here is to land out here. Yeah, land out here, float in. If it's bots, well, we're going to be in trouble because bots are always a problem. But if it's bugs, we'll have at least, we can float out in space and just shoot them from a distance. Unless they've got spitting bugs. I really hope they don't have spitting bugs. There we go. Perfect. You guys. And it's bots. Perfect. Hang around the corner here. Quickly. Yeah, that's the perfect distance. Okay, it got off a few hits. Someone's a bit nauseous. Well, that's probably because, you're living on gunk. Whatever, you'll be fine. So we got the first one down. If it's bots, we don't really care about a lot of things, so we just want to wait around corners for them. Tash, open that door and slow this game down a little bit. Yep, there's one of them. Yeah, that means they're probably coming from this direction, are they? Where are you all going? I think the plan should be to wait over here. No, wait over there. Yeah, here comes the bots. Actually, right there. The moment they open that door, start shooting them in the face. No, that's a problem. That's too close. Get out of the way. Yeah, the explosion hurt the other bot. Caused a bit of a chain reaction, but I think we're okay. How are you doing? Anyone hurt badly? Burn wound, burn wound. Yeah, wound. Okay, so it's not perfect. Not perfect. God, I feel like we're being just slowly ground down by these bots. Ooh, there's an X1 power generator. And there is some sort of stash over there. We'll get in. Run across. I feel like this game is trying to be tech. Ooh, tech block and energium. Yes, thank you. What do you got in there? Hidden item found. Stun pistol? That sounds like a non-lethal weapon. Why would I use that again? I mean, okay. Uh, keep charging forward. Oh, you know what? We're not going back that way. Nope, this way. Quick, 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 quick. Rush in. Nothing in here. Give me O2. And let's have a quick look about. Alright, nothing else in there. Keep going. Is there one more bot in here? It feels like there's one more, otherwise they might have just given it to us already. Hey, Tash. Go read that stash. Credits a log that I'm never going to read until, it's late in the game. Then I'm like, oh, I should totally read those logs because I'm going to forget. I always do. Open that door. Okay, we shall undraft all. And then we shall draft one person. Is there anything else in here? Any other stashes? I'm not seeing them. All right, we're golden. Then in that case, we want tech blocks as soon as possible. Yeah, we need those for the workbench. So, what gives us tech blocks? Tech blocks are required from tech scrap. Okay, very straightforward, very simple. In that case, we would like to transfer everything. Actually, give us all of that. There is 2 tech blocks in here, 1 infra block, 3 of that energium, and there's even a little hamster flybot thing that we're going to have to scrap up at some point. Salvage-wise, we're going to want the tech scrap, and we're going to want the energy scrap to start. Soft scrap is actually pretty handy to get and sell, but we'll start with those 2. Assuming we've still got time, we'll let him do it. You guys can get on with it now. You get on with it? You are... No, undraft. Get on with the job. How many of you are actually... You've got wounds, but they're pretty minor. You can work through them. The burns are a problem. We're going to have to deal with those, which means... Give me the research. Medical beds. Yeah, we're going to have to research those. We have acquired a lot of schematic information on those. Wow. All right, well, we'll queue it up after the power capacity node and the power generator. We'll kick into that stuff. How are we looking on the power capacity node? Actually, we're well over halfway done. In that case, I might put down the workbench. Oh, no, we can't put down the workbench. We need the tech block. Okay, fine. We'll get around to that later. This guy here is probably going to have to move over to that section to get loaded up after the first load goes through. We'll worry about all that later. That's a waffle big engine you're deconstructing there. Give me some schematic details. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Yes, there we go. Oh, we're also going to want to deconstruct all that power stuff. Yeah, tech and energy. So energy is that generator. If you could get us some more schematic information on that, I would also be very happy. Ooh, +3 schematic information. Okay, excellent. Can't really complain. Got everything I wanted so far. All right, you guys finish that off, and can you grab some oxygen? Yeah, that should be automated, you muppet. And we'll let them finish out there. For now, we seem to be doing okay. I really have to keep an eye out for meteors. We have already been struck by one about here. It did some minor damage, but nothing crazy, so I didn't include it. Now that that's cleared out, though, we'll get that ship finished scrapping, and then we'll have a quick look at this one. If it's got bots, we might not go for it. That looks... That will be a lot of bots to deal with, and our people are already injured. And a meteor's trying to hit us. I saw you coming. Not going to catch me a second time. Well, okay, you might have, but... Oh, wow, that was too close. That was far too close. Don't get that close anymore. You can get back to work. Yeah, I can't keep everyone's energy levels up. I may have to get them some decent meals in the future. For now, though, it's actually worked out pretty much okay. This is pretty much scrapped. Let's have a quick look over this second one and see what goodies it holds. I figure the plan is the same as before. We dock on the outside edge and we work our way in. All right, get over there, team. Please hope it's bugs. If it's bugs, we've got a much easier time of it, and no one should get any more wounds. It'll just take a little bit longer. Yes! Turkey shoot time. Now, what we can do here is just scooch forward. Whoa, 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 you're too close. Right, well, that went actually disturbingly well. Something to be said from able to just hover in space and shoot things. I open those doors. Ah! Okay, I need to be more careful. I'm just going to take this easy. We're going to make sure we clear everything. We're not going to risk anything unless we absolutely have to. Cool. Completely finished. Undraft all. And then let's just draft one person up and see if there's anything. Like sometimes there's something to... Oh, I'm not seeing anything that we can rip out of the ship. Also, is this claimable? It said it was claimable. So abandon or we can claim. If we claim it, does that mean we can dismantle it or use its facilities? I think the same thing to do is claim it. Why not? Not enough ship points to claim. Costs 4. We have 2 of 8. So we can't claim it because it's too big of a ship. So realistically, we could have actually claimed this and then refitted it to be a ship we could use. But we can't. Okay, got it. We'll abandon it. That's fine. And then we'll just salvage it like we normally do. No. Fire. Fire. Okay, beer god's on it. Never mind. Matt got to it already. Smoke machine over here. Where is it? Yeah, you. CO2, hazardous gas, smoke. Okay, it's taking all the resources out of there. That smoke should be gone in no time at all. Right, let's have a quick look at the overview. Hazardous gases. Not seeing them. All the hazardous gases are gone already. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't know what caused that fire. I am not going to worry about it for now. Everyone's going to continue on with their job, and we're going to scrap this station down as quick as we can. New research complete. Excellent. That does mean we are going to require 1 research workbench, which we can now afford. We'll put you right there. You wait. We're going to put you inside the door. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. And I missed that asteroid coming in. You know what? It's almost worth it. I think shields would be better, but do shields need to be manned as well? Because these things are just not that good. And damn it, the beer god just spewed up his guts. Yeah, that kind of happens. The toxins build up on their system from the algae. So that's one of the downsides of those meals, which is why it's crazy that you can sell them for so much. Okay, what the hell just happened to our power supply? I think... Oh, yeah. So, this power generator required us to do experiments with energium. And when we did, it was destroyed. So we've lost all of our energy. We need to move. Where's the next area? And yep, the next area is an unvisited sector that's just got asteroids. Right, is this done? Please tell me we are finished with this area. All it has is infra scrap left. We don't care. Yeah, you know what? None of it. We don't want any of it. Transfer. Yeah, it's all done. Just get out of there. Go home. We are finished. Drop off your stuff. Get everyone back on board. It's time to start charging up the ship. We need to jump, and we need to have jumped like 5 minutes ago. I mean, okay. This is not the end of the world. It's just we're a little bit low on power. We can turn off some machines. Pretty sure this doesn't require any power, but we're going to turn this off now. Processing. Yeah, we can stop you now. There is nothing worth doing. Actually, maybe let's finish off the energy scrap. You can finish off the energy scrap. Maybe there's enough in there to get us started on another piece of energium. Charge up. It's time to jump, and I think we're going to be jumping somewhere where we can hopefully find better stuff than here. Incoming subspace message. Decoding now. We have a mission for you that is to whoever interest. Find location of Pirate Coalition hideout. Pirate Coalition system is... Yeah, no, that's miles away. We don't care. And then we would have to come back to here for the reward. And the reward's like, ooh, 2 pistols. No! No! We're barely struggling as it is on power. So let's just pop down over here and see what we got going first. Over here we got a base. It is the MAB Havermat Military Alliance. And over here we have civilians unknown with a repair station. Ooh. Military base sounds like it would have guns, though. Can't not look. What else we got around here? We've got a research station, a derelict... Hyper lane. Okay. I think we check out this one. Let's see, military base. Yeah, we'll tuck up nice and tight against you. And we will hope there is no asteroids. Oh, well, no, there's going to be asteroids. There's always asteroids. We chose that difficulty for ourselves, pretty much by choosing brutal. Let's see here. We've popped in. What have you got in terms of trade? Please tell me. You have energium. Yes, you do. So we can sell you some processed food. We can buy at least a couple of pieces of energium. And in fact, we're going to sell you a bunch of other junk we don't want. I was expecting a military base to sell guns, but now that I think about it, yeah, if a military base sold guns, that's not at all realistic to real life. It's not like you can just rock up to a military base and, hey, I'd like to buy some guns. Right, I don't think you have anything else we really want, do you? And nothing on sale bar some energy rods, so we shall accept that. And then what we're going to do is maybe do a little bit of farming of meals to maybe sell a few more to you. Sorry, Tash. Grab another one if you wouldn't mind. I've been doing a bit of playing around here, and I figured out sometimes they wouldn't go for food in the machine, and it's because it's not full. It actually has to generate the actual meals. You can see it there, the green goo in there is going up, and until there's enough green goo, they can't get meals out of it. Right, so I've built a second algae dispenser. We're going to pump out like lots of this stuff as we need it. We've still got plenty of biomatter, and we're still selling the stuff off to these guys, and we now have enough energium that we can move on. Perfect. Is there asteroids on this map? Like, knowing that the asteroids are coming from that direction, if I was to just stop in behind this sometime and let them lap asteroids for us, could you sort of use that to mine infinitely, assuming you had enough water, or you got your water recycling to absolute perfection to the point where you could survive entirely on water recyc? You still run out of energy. No, if you could harvest energium from the asteroids, though, I don't think it's possible. It needs to be a really heavy asteroid field. I think we're golden for now. I think I have an idea of what's going on right about now. What we're going to do is we're going to start a jump at least anyway. This place here has, well, it has provided us all it can, and we have sold as much of that algae junk as we can get away with. Next up, we're going to head to another non-wreck sector. I want to try something. Let's go! Alright. Military sector was pretty much a dud. Now, I don't want to go for a derelict, but what I do want to do is try this place out, the repair station. Unvisited sector. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go. We'll pop straight through there. There's nothing in that sector anyway. Yeah, let's drop in here. There's probably going to be meteors again, but that's okay. We will pop over right beside you. We are going to deploy. Ships pops in. And let's see what they can trade. 10 processed food from the algae dispenser will get us 104 credits, 3 energium for our reactors, and 2 biomatter for making more of that food. I feel like this is sort of a little bit broken, but how could you turn away from such power? It can't be done. All right, so that gives us that. Done. Then we just wait for the trade to go through, which will take a few minutes, and meanwhile everyone is chowing down on an algae. Now for the vitamins and nutrient deficiency, I've got an idea. All we gotta do is just finish up this trade, and I know somewhere else we can go to trade. So next up, I think we jump to somewhere where we can get our hands on more food. In fact, we could get our hands on some really nice food back at this farm over here, which we can jump back to. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to auto-travel to it just yet. First, I want to see what this asteroid field is like, because this just looks like an asteroid field, right? If we jump to there's nothing, right? Yeah, there is nothing there. So in that case, we just jump on. Let's go. Off you fly. We pop across, and this place is a farming location and has access to some foods. One moment. Trading with these farmers, we're going to grab 4 fruit and 2 nuts. We actually have 2 meat back on the ship, so we actually have a couple of artificial meat hanging around already. This should hopefully make sense in a minute, but we're only able to sell them 3 processed food. We also sold them a few hull blocks we had lying around, and we do have a few credits we can pay them. But that should give us a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals that we can use to get our people more up to speed. What the hell was that? Alien parasite spawned. That... It was like a little explosion here. That's were you okay? What was that? Okay, so I think there was a parasite inside that, either the crawler or the android. Oh no. Where is it? Doesn't seem to have hurt anyone though. damage the floor. Is Sinatra gonna, like, suddenly have a chest burster come out of them later? That's not good. Yeah, I need to find out what that does at some point. You know what? It's grand. It's grand. We're gonna continue on, just keep an eye on everyone, and make sure nothing horrifying or too horrifying happens. Alright, has the trade happened yet? Whoa! Have not been paying attention to asteroids. My bad. Is that? That's exotic ore. I'll take that, thank you very much. And we shall have to turn on this machine. Too late. Yeah, you're never gonna... They'll be out of range shortly. Oh, it would have been nice if that had some more in it. Okay, incoming ship. Yeah, looks friendly, don't care. We might be able to trade with them. We should crank out a few more meals. Takes a while for that algae to recover, though. We are sort of... Let's just say we are chewing through that algae quite sufficiently. It's a wonderful money spinner. Okay, I'm going to try and explain this without sounding too crazy. Might be difficult. So, the almighty kitchen. Yeah, looks like a pain in the butt, and it was to figure this stuff out. It was a wonderful site by Cost Games. Never heard of them before, don't know anything about them, but there was a whole bunch of information on there about food, and that's what I sort of used as a basis. There's some other stuff in there. They seem to believe that's 100 food value. Oh, okay. This here is the food value. This is the prepared meal if you assume you tot up all the ingredients. This is how much calories, let's say, it gives. You need about 100 or 150. I haven't been able to iron that kink out yet. I should really do some testing, but it's not really a big deal. What's more important is protein, fat, carbs, and vitamins. These things, if your pawns do not get a sufficient amount of these, they start getting negatives. If they don't get food value, they just start starving. Food value is pretty easy to obtain. Just chuck algae at them, they'll be fine. But the protein, the fat, the carbs, and the vitamins, that's where you start to run into problems. Without going massively down a rabbit hole and having to explain all of the weird quirks of this, they need 5 protein a day. They will consume 5 protein every day. If they do not get that 5 protein deficiency. They will also consume 5 fat every day. If they don't get that, protein deficiency. 10 carbs every day. If they don't get that, carb deficiency. And 10 vitamins every day. If they don't get that, vitamin deficiency. So pretty straightforward. However, they also have a storage amount that they can store inside them, which is a bit weird. But like if you click on them here, storage 20. So they can store up to 10 carbs at a time. They can store 40 vitamins. I think it's like 16 or 17 fat and about 15 protein. There's a limit to how much they can store. That's a lot of toxins. I should maybe look into doing something about that. Later. So what we have done here is we have configured a meal. You can modify the settings over here and control what goes into the meal. And what we have here is fruits. Their main purpose is to provide vitamins. That's their most cost-efficient trait. So if you're growing them or buying them, you want them for the vitamins. Then you got your root vegetables. They're primarily about your carbs. You want lots of carbs, that's where you go. Then you got your fats, that's your nuts over here. Nuts and seeds give you lots of fats, and artificial meat gives you lots of protein. That's the bare bones of this. So all we've done is we've stuck together a food package that basically gives you 3 times as much protein as they're going to need, 3 times as much fat as they're going to need, twice as much carbs, we're not too worried about that, to be honest, for a reason that'll become clear, and twice as much vitamins. I would have preferred, like, 3 times as much vitamins, but then we would need an awful lot of fruit. Vitamins are this really annoying bottleneck. But the whole plan is this. We feed them on algae, then once every 3 days, we chuck them one of these meals. We give them one of these meals every 3 days, and top up the rest with algae. They'll go into vitamin deprivation, like, for one of the 3 days. But for the rest of the 3 days, they'll have enough protein, fat, and they should have enough carbs between this and the algae they're getting. So that should keep them going for 3 days at a time. And the rest of the time, we feed them on algae. And cost efficiency wise, this is 48% of a food cube is the way to think about it. We're going to need 26% fruit, 10% artificial meat, and 12% nuts. So let's just take the artificial meat as a point. This can provide, one artificial meat can provide 10 servings before it's going to run out. So we have 2 chunks of artificial meat, meaning that'll give us 20 servings. However, we only have 2 chunks of nuts and seeds, which means it'll be slightly under the 20 servings. And when it comes to the fruit, we actually have 4 fruit, which is just almost 16. It's actually about 15 servings with those. Yeah, so we're not going to have enough to do 3 whole meals even. But this should be enough that we can feed it to them. Then to lose all their negatives, we can clear out some wrecks. And then once we've cleared out a couple of wrecks, we then just don't do any wrecks for a bit. And instead we go around to the stations or the mining sectors or something like that. For example, we load up on vitamins or whatever, go in here and do a derelict. And if there's any other derelicts in the close by area, we do that. And I think we have to scout a bit more. What I'm discovering is this Hyperium lasts a lot longer than I thought. meaning we should be able to do a little bit of backtracking if we really need to, like come back to the farming area to buy more food at cheap prices, assuming we've got enough Hyperium for it. And then what we want to do is basically hang around this starter area, slowly eking our way through the ice, the water, the biomatter, and the energium crystals. So the energium, that keeps us alive, and then do some research. Lots and lots of research. That's basically what I've been seeing in the comments. And okay, it took me far too long to get to that same conclusion myself, but right now we have 2 research tables and a lot of people researching a consistent amount of the time. And once the power generator, energy refinement, item fabricator, and medical beds are knocked out, we make ourselves some guns, and we're pretty much good to expand the ship. For now, keep the ship small, keep our power requirements down. I think we're actually holding it together. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck. Oh, yeah. Where is that alien parasite, and when is it going to strike again? Yeah, I need to do some research on that.
We'll meet again. We'll love again. Under the sky. Under the rain. We'll fly.